Hi, my name is Sonia, and welcome to my channel, Sonia on Being 60. Before I begin, I just want to say that I am not a medical professional nor a doctor, and that anything I talk about on this channel is just related to me, how I feel, and what I've done to overcome those feelings. So if you do have some issues of any sort, please, I urge you to contact a professional. So a couple of weeks ago, I was out walking, and I was just kind of thinking about things and thinking about kind of the world we're living in these days and how things have certainly changed in the last few months. And as I'm thinking and kind of talking to myself, out of my mouth just popped this word, I'm feeling kerfumbled. Now, I don't even know that that's a real word. I looked it up. I couldn't see that it was a real word. But nonetheless, it just seemed to sum up how I was feeling. I was feeling out of sorts. And I have been feeling out of sorts, I think, since this whole thing. I'm not sure that we're allowed to say the word pandemic on YouTube. It seems like a lot of YouTube channels, they just don't say it. But nonetheless, I say it one time. So since this all began, I have been feeling out of sorts. And I have to say, I don't really have anything bad that's going on in my life for me to feel like this. I have an income, I have time on my side, like free time during my day, I have my health, I go out and I run and I bike. My children are both healthy. They are both working full time and they're able to do so from home. So I really don't have anything to complain about. A lot of people do. A lot of people, this period of time has not gone well for them, and my heart goes out to them, whether they've lost their jobs, they've lost, someone they love, whether they themselves have been sick. My heart goes out to them, and I do feel that I do hope that they will be okay in the end. So with this whole feeling of feeling out of sorts, I was thinking, like, what is it that I can do? Like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel I can't get motivated? Now, I have to say that I'm a very motivated individual. I have, done a lot of things. I set a goal and I reach that goal and I get there and I do that. I've done a lot of challenges in the last 25 years. For example, I'll give you a bit of a list of some of the things that I've done or that I set out to do. When I was 36, I started to run. Then at 37, I guess, I ran my first marathon. At 39, I did my first Ironman triathlon. When I was, I'll just back up, when I was 38, I decided to go back to school part-time because I'd missed out on a competition because I didn't have a degree. I decided I'm going back to school to get a degree, and I continued to work full-time. I had 2 young kids that I was raising on my own at that time. Then I went on to qualify for Boston Marathon. I ran a 50-mile run. I did a 100-mile run. When I was 52, I challenged myself to run 52 marathons in 52 weeks. And this time, actually last year, to celebrate 25 years of running, I ran 6 days, 250 kilometers. And I was successful in all of my challenges. I was motivated, I had goals in mind, and I did it. I did everything. This time, though, I'm this out of sorts feeling. Like I say to myself, well, maybe I'll go do, push-ups, or I'll go do some strength training, or I'll do some stretching, things that I ought to be doing, because as we get older, we lose our mobility, we lose our muscle mass, and these are things that are really, really important for us to keep on doing. And for whatever reason, I just haven't been able to do it. So I thought, I need another challenge. I need a challenge, but I don't want it to be a fitness challenge. Or not complete fitness challenge, not like some of the things I've done in the past, because quite frankly, I want to keep being active for as long as I can. I want to keep running for as long as I can, or biking. I want to be mobile for as long as I can. And some of these challenges have been very tough on my body. So I thought, well, what else could I do? What kind of a challenge? And I thought, well, why don't I try to learn something? So I decided I'm going to learn how to do YouTube videos. It's something I've kind of always in the back of my head wanted to do. And I thought, it's a real learning process for somebody who's never videotaped anything, edited anything, come up with a thumbnail. It's a learning process for me. And I thought, well, that's a challenge to myself, and I can get motivated if I'm starting to learn something new and to do something creative, man, I'm motivated. But there has to be something within that. It's not just a matter of, okay, I'm going to create a video. Well, what's it going to be about? What are you going to talk about? So I thought, why don't I come up with little challenges? Do the video and then have these little challenges within that would last 2 weeks. And I picked 2 weeks because too often I've seen something pop up in my Facebook feed saying, oh, join me for a 30-day, 50 push-up a day kind of challenge, or 100 sit-ups a day for 30 days, or something else, do a yoga thing for 30 days. And I get excited and think, oh, it's just exactly what I need to do. But because there's no community, there's like nobody to really talk to. I'm not doing it with anyone. I'm doing it by myself. I'm just not motivated. And 30 days has really always felt a bit too long for something. So what I want to do is some little challenges that are either like fitness related, or they're health related, or they're like just all round general feel good related, and they would only last 2 weeks. And what my videos would be, the first, like today, the first video is explaining what the challenge is. And then the following week would be, okay, it's a touch base. Let's talk about how that first week has gone, and set out, and talk about, I'll find some topics to talk about. Then the second week, again, would be a check-in. How did those first 2 weeks go? And lay out what the challenge is for the following 2 weeks. So what I want to do is build a community of people who are feeling kind of this out of sorts, and who just want to do something and try to get out of that out of sort feeling. And like I said, this does not in any way assume that this is, if you've got some serious problems, that this is going to be a benefit. Again, I just have to say that as a disclaimer. But I do feel that most of us can benefit from doing something, so switching something up. And to talk about switching things up, we're disrupting a behavior, disrupting a pattern of what we've kind of gotten into. For example, my pattern for the last few months has been I get up in the morning, and I get up still at a fairly early in the morning. I get up, put my house coat on, go downstairs, make my cup of coffee, start watching social media, YouTube, Facebook, the news. Before I know it, like 3 or 4 hours have gone by. And not that that's like necessarily a bad thing, because I do have the time, but at the same time, it never made me feel uplifted or energized or motivated to do anything. Like, I love watching some of my favorite YouTubers, what have you, and keeping up on what's going on in the world. But none of it left me feeling, yes, now I feel like I'm ready for my run, or I'm ready for my bike, whatever. So what I started to do last week was I've disrupted that behavior. Now what I do is I get up, I put some workout clothes on, I go downstairs, I make a coffee to go, and I take out the dog for a walk. Now, before you think, oh my God, didn't the dog ever go out for a walk before? Of course he did. It's my son's dog. My son is living with me. It's my son's dog, and my son, when he got up, would always take the dog out. But I've asked him if he minds if I take him. And so I take the dog out. We have a lovely, 15-minute walk. And I feel energized. When I come home, I feel like, now I'm kind of ready to get on with my day. I don't need to go watch, so much social media stuff. I can go on with my day. So that's what I want to do with this channel, and I'm hoping that it resonates. I hope that some people feel that, oh yeah, like let's do these little bite-sized challenges and just kind of disrupt the routine a bit. So the first challenge for the next 2 weeks is challenge yourself to go out 2 or 3 times a day for 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. Like I said, I don't want these to be difficult. I think that they're going to be fairly easy to do. That said, if you have like mobility problems or issues, like don't do anything that you can't do. And if you need to seek advice from your doctor before you embark on anything, well, please do that. I don't want anyone to get hurt or say just because, oh, Sonia said to do this, that I'm going to do this. No, you've got to be able to do what it is that I set out to do. So it's 2 challenges for the next 2 weeks. One is go for a walk 2 or 3 times a day, 10, 15 minutes. That's it. And the second is to drink water. Drink between 1 to 2 liters of water a day. Now, I've been extremely remiss on drinking my water when I'm not exercising. When I exercise, I drink my water, but there can be days where I might not drink water. Yeah, sure, I'm drinking my coffee and tea, but I think sometimes just drinking straight water is good for our bodies. So with that said, I hope you have enjoyed this short video. Please hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when I post. And please hit the like button if you have enjoyed this video. And any comments that you may have, I certainly appreciate them. Any ideas, I certainly appreciate those as well. So until next time, have a fun 2 weeks, and I will talk to you next week. Bye now.